Hello Lupulin Libation followers, welcome to my very first video post. I am Nick Rondo, the man behind the beer blog, or I should say more accurately, the beer geek behind the blog. And you might be wondering why I'm doing my very first video post. It's because it's kind of a special occasion this evening. We're here meeting with the members and partners of 612 Brew. The members of 612 Brew that we have present are Robert, Ryan, Emily, and Joe. And we're here to ask them a few questions tonight off this fancy little interview sheet here I made up earlier this week. So I guess first off, I just want to start off for anybody who might be unfamiliar with 612 Brew. What is 612 Brew? To anybody who doesn't know.
We're a startup brewery here in Minneapolis. We are big craft beer fans and home brewers. We've been brewing for a while, and we decided to make the attempt and leap into commercial brewing for production brewing. So 612 Brew, it's a representation of where we're from, where we brew, and the community that we want to serve.
Nice, concise explanation. But we'll get more details soon. So, I don't know how often you guys get asked this question, but what inspired you to want to get into the brewing business? Was there a moment that stuck out in your mind that made you go, okay, we got to do this? You know, like an aha moment where you're just like, this is absolutely something that we have to do.
You know, when it comes to brewing, I started brewing in my kitchen in 2006. And I was brewing from like the kits that you get at Midwest and Northern Brewer and stuff like that. And those kits are great because it's consistent time after time after time, and you're brewing delicious beer time after time. But ultimately, what you're making is Toll House cookies. You're making someone else's recipe that's been tried and true, and you know it's going to be delicious every time. So every time I brew a saison, it'd be delicious. Every time I brew a nut brown, it'd be delicious. And there came a point where you stop and you go, I got to make my own. I want to make cookies, but I want to make my own recipe. So that's where we kind of got together and started making recipes together.
And I think it's been about we all love beer, period, and we've been drinking beer, and then you're like, well, I kind of like to tweak it this way or that way. And it's like, well, why don't we try this, add this, or add that, and then suddenly we started having beers that were more personal to us as well.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. This is a personal thing. This is, David Berg of Shell's said it the best. He makes beers for him.
Oh yeah.
Not for everybody else. And really, I mean, that's kind of how our philosophy is for making our beers. Is we want to make beers that we want to drink. And the more we want to drink them, people come by and say, "Oh, that's a good beer," and then other people want to drink them too. So that's kind of the philosophy behind what we do, is making beers that we enjoy first and foremost.
Well, there's a lot to be said for that, because I mean, chances are that if you guys really enjoy a brew that you're making, and you're all enjoying it, there's beer drinkers out there that are going to love it too.
We hope so. Yeah. We hope that's our end game.
Okay. Well, so how did all of you come together as a group? How did all the partners, members of 612 Brew, how did you come to be?
Go ahead.
No, I'll actually let you three start. I'm the last.
You're the last.
Yeah. It is. It's true. But I've known Emily we've known each other for over 10 years now, right? And Emily and I have just been friends and previous coworkers. So our friendship started way back then. I've known Ryan for almost as long. Definitely close to 10 years.
Yeah.
And I met Joe when Emily started dating Joe, and these two are married now, so it's
6 years ago.
Yeah. This is 6 years?
Four.
No, you've been dating.
Who are you? I'm just saying, wake up and say married. That's not my finger. Maybe you're stuck for being a subway.
I'm Ashton Kutcher.
September 26th will be 6 years of dating.
Aww. That's very cute.
Yeah, and of course you should know that because he doesn't know much of anything. So.
But when I decided that I felt that I wanted to go commercial and take this into a production brewery, the first thing the first thing we wanted to do is make a logo, because you got to make brand images, and the only person, I was going to say the first person, but I correct myself. The only person I thought of is Emily. She's an amazing designer, and she's the only one I reached out to. Emily,
she's much cooler than all of us.
and that is true too.
She's pretty cool.
She's more attractive and cooler than all of us put together.
Talented.
But so I went to Emily, and Emily put together this awesome logo, and I didn't ever think twice about it. I said, "That's it. That's the logo for 612 Brew," and that's how Emily came in, and everybody else has kind of fallen into their places throughout the whole process, because just because I can make beer, just because I brew a batch of beer, doesn't mean I can own a company. It's two different things.
And it's hard to do it alone.
Absolutely. You see the struggles of guys who try and start up a company all by themselves and have no support. We've got support. We can lean on each other in here, and we've all are. I mean, I lean on Joe for everyday stuff. Joe and I give each other a hard time. I'm messing with the kegs like literally 2 minutes before the interview starts, and I can't fix it. And I said, Joe, fix this. There's things that I can't do. And there's things that we all bring to the table.
Different talents. I really enjoy the marketing and the operations, supply chain, production type things, and real estate as well. Those are things that I really enjoy and passionate about. Emily's the design. Libby's just here to basically drink all of her beer.
Oh wait.
Libby's our R&D guy.
Yeah,
Really no
development, and also then we also have Audit, who is our numbers guy, who really kind of, it makes us kind of a whole.
Somebody.
Yeah, we don't really miss him.
We don't miss him, but but no, we actually, what's good about the group we have, it's a diverse group of people that actually can really make what we do come true. I mean, like Robert was saying, what he was doing kind of about, he can make beer, we have everybody that kind of does certain parts of the business that actually make the business true, and we're all friends. I mean, you guys obviously are friends, closer friends than us, but it's still, it's the fact that we're all still friends, and we all kind of get along, and when it comes to a business, you're always like, well, you should go into business with friends. It doesn't really work. I mean, but this group of friends actually really can sit down and get to know each other and actually work from a business standpoint. So that's what's awesome about this group is that we actually can truly focus on business and say, okay, you know what, we're friends, but yet we have to deal with this business side of it, because that's a huge piece.
So next question would be, do you guys as a group have a brewing philosophy for 612 Brew? Do you have like a certain mindset or certain...
What?
No, our philosophy, I'm thirsty already. I mean, that's our philosophy. Really, I mean, it's comical, but it's true. You sit at work all day and you think about getting home, right? And you talk to your buddies about going out for a happy hour afterwards, and ultimately enjoy our products, and hopefully the consumers will too. But really, our philosophy is I'm thirsty already.
That's nice. I like that one. I haven't heard that one before, that's for sure.